Hello, this is Jeremy Arney, the interim leader of the Canadian Action Party, with you today in January on a beautiful, crisp day in downtown Victoria, showing you the harbour this time. First of all, I would like to say to everybody who's watching this, Happy New Year, and let's hope that it really is a Happy New Year with a wonderful ending to it. So over the last month or so there have been no videos made, simply because Paul and I have been doing our things with family celebrations and we just haven't been able to get together, plus both he and I have been sick. But here we are now, and we're going to show you a little bit of the harbour while I'm talking, so for those of you who have never been to Victoria you can see what it's like. But first of all, I'm going to start, well, I have my glasses on because they're dark and I plan to take them off later, by reading you an email I got just a couple of days ago which sums up a lot of things. So here we go. This is from S. Dear Canadian Action Party, first, congratulations. You are the first political body to remotely understand or mention fractional banking, fiat currency, and the complete destructive and illegal private reserve bankers. Wow. Didn't think I'd see this in my lifetime. And then who would be around to question it? You are very close to what is needed. Banking, debts, policy, law, and so much more. Though I disappointingly see nothing about denouncing and abolishing the IMF, UN, and all its numerous bodies that seek to rape the wealth of every country and erase our borders, effectively dissolving our sovereignty. It would appear you are aware of the bailout of the Canadian banks, but not necessarily the full monetary history and fraud perpetuated by decades, if not millennia, of conditioning. The information platform represented here seems limited in understanding or dumbed down for the masses. I'd like to know, which is it? Well, S, that's a heck of a statement you made there. And to answer your last question first, it's both. The fact is that if the entire picture is presented to most Canadians, they will throw up their hands and run away in panic and boredom and terror. So we are presenting a palatable picture, if you wish, of what's going on, what the future could be if we change back to the way it should be and start acting on behalf of Canadians instead of on the behalf of corporations, in the hopes that people will pick up on our message and ask us more and delve into it on their time and at their willingness. I think some of the most simple advertisements and the most catchy ads that have ever appeared on television are ones A, that are short, B, are sweet, and C, make you laugh or cry. So we don't want to hit with a sledgehammer everybody in Canada saying, you've got to pay attention to this. No, rather we want to present a picture which they can grasp and understand and desire to know more about. So yes, you're right. There was something else you mentioned here about nothing about the IMF or the UN. No, the IMF is a fraud. We all know that. The IMF is a body owned by a few people of huge wealth and by the major banks, and their concept is destruction and ownership. Libya is a perfect example of that, which I believe has been covered in a previous video. But what's the point in attacking something like that? We need to just remove ourselves from it completely. With the UN, the concept of the UN was that there would be no more wars. Well, obviously that has totally failed. We are, I believe, the 5th largest subscriber to the UN's budget. That has got to stop completely. Anything that the UN wants to do in a warlike fashion should receive absolutely $0 from us. However, some of the things that they try and do for civil rights, for diseases, things of this nature, such as the Ebola, I can applaud that if the money gets to the people who need it, and I'm all right in saying that that money should go ahead and go to the UN as a means of channeling that money. On that subject, I wonder how much money has been promised to various organizations in various countries that has actually ever even left Canada, and they're just empty promises. But that's something which is not that positive, so let's keep it positive. Let's support those who are in need. Sovereignty, which is another topic that was asked about. Sovereignty, Canadian sovereignty, is really important. It means being our own people. It means that the people of Canada tell the governing body what they need, what they want, what Canada wants. Somebody asked if we believed in sovereignty, did that mean that we believed in the Queen being our Queen? Well, why not? It's a figurative position anyway. The person that she has in Canada, the Governor General, to represent her, is an appointee of the Prime Minister, therefore not an appointee of the Queen. It's all ceremonial. It's all part and parcel of ceremony. And ceremony is a great thing. Ceremony can bring people together. It can make them happy. It can make them sad. It can make them feel joy about belonging to something that's worthwhile. Let's embrace that. Let's not cast it aside as something that's unnecessary and unwanted. I'm all for ceremony. I think it's great. Anyway, enough of that for the moment. I'm going to let Paul pan around a little bit if he wants, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes with something else. Thank you for watching.